This is Middlesbrough Dockside, which is to be transformed via a £200 million investment into Middlehaven, creating 1,000 new jobs, 750 new homes, and boasting such attractions as first-rate shops, stylish bars, cafes and restaurants. Middlehaven looks set to become one of the major attractions of the North East region. This is St Hilda's, which lies just streets away from the dockside. Soon this area will be demolished and wait for Phase 2 of the Middlehaven development to begin. The residents of this area have all been given notice to leave, which over 150 already have. However, for the remaining residents, this has become a fight for their homes. Dando and Maureen have lived here for over 50 years and raised their family. Now, however, they find themselves wanted moved by the council. Dando took us around the area to show us the state it is in. Sure enough, rubbish, graffiti and needles laid everywhere.
They just don't bother about people over here, they're just letting us rot, as simple as that. But they're not getting my property, no way. Unless I get a house for a house, that's all I want of them.
I mean, you could be somewhere to buy a decent house for 75,000, but what can you get with 26?
So when this development first started, that this whole Middlehaven thing began, how did you find out about it? Were you told, or...?
They had a meeting, it's 2 year gone June. 2 year gone June. And it was in the St Mary's Centre on Corporation Road. And went to meeting and it was just sprung on out the blue. I want yous out in 6 months. And that was it. Ray Mallon, I want yous out in 6 months. And that was it. He walked out the side door.
You see, when I actually told the public of St Hilda's, that we were going to demolish the houses, there's about 200 people in the hall when I told them, and I got a standing ovation. People that are applauding me for giving them some certainty, because they could see how the area had come down over a period of time.
We tried to speak with John McPartland, the ward for Middlehaven, to get a comment on this matter. However, we could only ever get through to his answer machine.
At the tone, please record your message. If you need assistance, press O.
They won't even come. That McPartland won't even come to a liaison meeting. We have a liaison meeting to see what's going on about the houses. He come to some, and we told him what we thought of him. He didn't like it, and he's never been to no more since, I would say, last July. They should be standing up and fighting for us, and they're not.
Our next stop saw us coming to visit the Executive Councillor for Regeneration, David Budd.
A number are still saying that they will not move anywhere. Of course, that's their right to do that. I think as people have moved and as the offers for their properties have come in and they've been able to work out where they could go and what they could do, I think quite a number of people have changed their minds and actually moved. I think it's true to say that the majority of people who have moved are quite happy about that, even if they didn't want to do it in the first place. Some have moved well away, some have moved in with families, some have decided to move into the rented sector, some decided they don't want to move at all.
All I want is just another little house, a little 2-bedroom house would do me. But I don't want to go in a 1-bedroom flat with somebody above me. I mean, these houses are only 21 year old, they're nice houses. I just don't think they have a right to come in and say, we want your land, get out, and regardless of where can you go. I mean, they're not interested in where you're going to go. They'll just shove you anywhere.
The fact is that the housing market in St Hilda's collapsed entirely, that nobody was buying houses for their occupation. It's always been looked at as over the border, and what we're going to make sure is that border doesn't exist anymore.
Donna is another resident who feels abandoned by the council. However, she has a different outlook on the matter.
I think it'll be a good idea down there. It will be good. It's going to bring jobs into the town. I'm all for that. There's going to be a college down there and everything. They're starting to build a college. I can't say I don't want the Middle Haven to go ahead because that would be a lag. I'm quite happy with them building. They can build all round, but I don't see why they have to knock us down.
I think we try to explain things, and we need to explain them over and over again. And I think this is one thing we learn out of any of this is that you keep having to put the same message over again and again in different ways to suit different people. So I think we always have to try as hard as we can to tell people what we're doing and why and explain it to them. And some people will disagree, and it's they're perfectly right to be able to do that.
Not interested in people no more. I mean, I laugh when you see notices, people before profits. It doesn't work for Middlesbrough Council, people before profits. I mean, they said, at the very beginning, they said a house for a house. Then Edinburgh Housing took over and they changed their minds completely. It was just, get whatever you give them. It's as though they want to wipe St Hilda's out completely, as though we never existed.
All this so far has left us with many questions. We decided to get in touch with the man at the source of the matter, the Mayor of Middlesbrough, Ray Mallon.
There was a number of attempts over a period of time to really revamp St Hilda's, you know, where they were knocking houses down and building new ones, and they were trying to make the area vibrant. But all attempts failed. The vast majority of the people that I've spoken to in St Hilda's, they would agree that something had to be done. In fact, in the early days, there was a number of people that were saying to me, the quicker you demolish this place, the better. But we do have compulsory purchase order powers, where we can actually compulsory purchase order properties. And there's a number of conditions that you've got to actually, reach to actually do that. But we could do that, but we don't want to do that. We want people to move willingly.
Like vocal on St Hilda's, and then you've called it like the cancer of Middlesbrough.
No, I haven't.
You haven't said that.
Never said that.
We've
No.
read that in news reports.
Then you shouldn't believe everything you read in the newspapers. I was asked a question to the effect, why can't you just take a street out here and a street out there in Gresham? And I said, you can't do that. What we've got to do is knock a large chunk of land down, a large chunk of houses down, and then develop that. And I paused and said, it's a little bit like a surgeon, cutting a cancer out. You can't cut a little bit out here and a little bit out there. You've got to cut a large part out to save the whole of the body. That's what I said.
Right, when St Hilda's is gone, will that be better for Middlesbrough?
I believe it will. The Woodier family. I know the Woodier family.
And
Yeah.
they've been really quite vocal and they've decided...
And I've offered to have a meeting with them and they didn't want it.
Ray Mallon won't have a meeting with me. He said point blank he does not want a face-to-face meeting with me.
I've offered them, by letter, they've been offered a meeting with me and they didn't want the meeting. In St Hilda's, they should have done something radical in St Hilda's 10, 15 years ago, and they didn't do it. I've got to think about the people right across Middlesbrough. I just can't think about one segment. But the hardest thing of all is telling people we're going to knock your houses down.
Despite how the remaining community of St Hilda's feels, the Middlehaven development is going to happen. Already, the green light has been given for development to a further 4 streets as part of Phase 2. Remaining residents have 2 options left for them. Either accept the council's current offer and leave, or wait in hope of a better offer being made. However, waiting will undoubtedly result in compulsory purchase orders being issued for their homes.